I guess he's got a cushion or something. He's back of the motorhome. You can see the tire cover. There's a tire cover on the back of the motorhome. Faith Mobile Outreach Team. And hard to read, it says Jack and Ruth Foster, FCPO. This is quite an adventure, and we're so pleased to get finally on the road on behalf of the FCPO. Our first trip, I think, was with Dick Hayward, an OBP officer, and his wife, Joan, and they accompanied us down to a tour of the maritime provinces, and Dick had contacts down there. I think we had 16 or 17 engagements to fulfill, and I think I remember Dick only had a couple of weeks off, holidays the OVP. It was nice having them along. We had a great time together, and the Lord was great. We had relative safety all the way, and made a lot of contacts with the local police and jail guards and that type of thing. So what we want to do is finally get started. The next year and a half better, that was our home on wheels, and we traveled a lot of way. I think we made 2 trips to down the East Coast, 2 trips out west, right through to I think the last leg of the journey was we were right out west, right to Vancouver Island, and went down the coast, and took that. I'll never forget this. We took that treacherous trip on Highway 1A down through Oregon and California to the coast. You're right up on the side of the mountain. Here's the sea below you, Pacific. And but this stuff up here is the road. Then the mountains up top of that. So I'm telling you, it was treacherous. I don't think we would have done it if we had advice previously ahead of time. Because we're understand we were southbound. That meant we were on the far side, on the ocean side, you might say. In a lot of cases, there's very little, no barricades, and I know I had to keep my mind on the driving. Now, Ruthie did take some video, and when she played later, realized how dangerous that was. In fact, I'll tell you how dangerous it was. There was a van pulling a small trailer just ahead of us. I think they're vacuuming the rugs up there, so I'll just leave on the pause here just for a moment until I'll get back in a very short time. A van with a small trailer in tow, and apparently ahead of us, not too long ahead of us. But you know, here you are, you go down on the road, you go down into the valley, right down by the ocean. Then you start climbing up the side of the mountain, up there. Then you, like a dovetail, and then you go down again, all the way down like the coast. And boy, it's tricky. apparently this small trailer with the no, it's small dam was trailer. Apparently a couple. Yeah. And there was some place there. The road there was no barricade. All it was just the they took the asphalt on the road and they just put a hump on the side like a small curb. Oh boy, what happened there apparently? I take it that this trailer got over that hump, you see, and of course it tumbled down and dragged the van with it, and then apparently this couple were killed and smashed on the rocks below, and so we realized that we had to really take it easy, but it's quite an experience. Down to, we were making our way down to Los Angeles. We had contact with the police department there, and so I guided back on the regular road, but very, very picturesque. You got the sea on the side and the mountains, phenomenal. But I wouldn't recommend it. I would suggest anybody go and do that. They come from the south, come north, and that way they're at least on the roadside, the mountain side of the road, instead of on the other side, overlooking the sea. So it's good. It's good experience. But then again, that's that's divine intervention there. We made through there no trouble at all. I remember we stopped for gasoline down at the lower level on it, and the attendant looked at the motorhome and said, it's 52.5 feet overall length. And he joked, he said, when you make those hairpin turns, get back on it, I bet you can read the license plate on the back of the van, which is 52 feet long. He was joking a bit, but really, we went through there with no difficulty. And as I say, we went to Los Angeles, made contact with the guys. Oh, we had a wonderful time with those guys. And of course they wanted us to take us tours through Hollywood and all that kind of stuff, And I said, you go ahead and take the wheel, because traffic is something unbelievable. Anyways, I remember we went to our intention was to visit in Mexico. And that the drive down there too is just San Diego. I remember we parked right on the ocean side. I parked there in San Diego. I remember that. Boy, I slept like a baby, because that nice salt air coming through the window. Oh, I just. Anyways, we parked in the parking lot in San Diego over to. I remember I was quite concerned there because there were guys sitting on the bridge, kind of shady looking characters, and I wanted to watch them in the parking lot. People putting, hiding their purses and all that kind of stuff away in their unit, whether it be a car or what have you. And they see this, and then once they get over days were. And mind you, I think it was what the hell. We had our dog with us, and he really raised Cain, and somebody started tampering around with our motorhome. So, anyways, beyond that, we went to then we hit that road right across the south end of the State Street. Our intention goes to go down to Florida for the winter time, you see, which we did. And I can remember coming home from Florida. What was it? This was really scary. I think in North Carolina, we stopped for gas. Now, I got out to go and get some pop or some chocolate bar or something like that. So I went into the office. Now, Ruthie was still in the motorhome, along with our dog. And I see this young lad from the service station running towards the motorhome, yelling and said, get out of there. And he's got the the dolly they work on wheels, you know. They look underneath the cars or whatever. And he got two wrenches, one in each hand. He went underneath our motorhome. He saw, we didn't see this, that the gas line had severed somewhere. The gas was dropping onto the hot muffler area. We could have blown up. The area, whole area, service station, blocks around. We had gas aboard, also propane. And boy, I thank the good Lord for that young lad. See, I guess he's looking down below the cars, and he looked along, he could see it. And he called him, and he says, get everything out of the motorhome. And of course, my wife and the dog too. And I stopped to think of it. No. Would you call it divine intervention? I did, that's for sure. And that's the only trouble you had with the motorhome on those, the miles and miles and miles we traveled. And of course, it got big tires, you know, doubles on the back and front, like 2, 4, 6, and never had a flat tire. Not any had a flat tire. So I go to our sir. Those angels are on my shoulders, I'll tell you that. Our shoulders. So that's. We arrived at home eventually. I guess around April the following year, and at that time, some of our kids were interested in a place up around Minden on Mountain Lake, and you know, as much as I enjoyed the RVing, and I did, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the people. They're all well traveled, and especially in the evening when they found out you had a guitar, they want to sing something. It just goes together. And then we bonfire, and they all get around and talk. And of course they talk about their traveling experiences and what, and where good places to go and good places not to go. And this was very informative, you know. And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. This is very lovely people. And but then, you know, they tell me this with the women particularly, they want a place to nest. And so we tried to look around for a place to nest. We're so vacuuming out there, so that'll picked up in the background. I said wait for a few minutes. Just hold on a place to nest, and eventually we found a beautiful little place, Winter Rise Cottage on Mountain Lake outside of Minden, and I need a little bit of work on it, but I can do all that stuff. And so we settled there, and we had a wonderful time there for several years. And I remember I put a new metal roof on the cottage on my own, and put all new siding on it. And I built a stairwell going down to the waterfront. It's 67 steps and 2 landings. And you know, really, the Lord is good then. I did a lot without any particular injuries. And then Rosie developed some heart trouble. At that time it was rather minor, but it needed attention. And there wasn't any medical facilities in the town of Minden. I think the hospital was a double-car garage. That's what it was. It's different now. And so on another occasion, she had a bit of an attack. They couldn't handle it there at Minden, and they had to go all the way to Peterborough. Now that's a fair hike, and it was the weather was good at that time. I know I followed the ambulance. And I thought, you know, if this is the winter time, bad roads. This used to be bad. This really be bad. So members' family suggested that we, Roy in particular, Ruthie's oldest, he suggested we find we sell a place up there and buy get something down closer to medical assistance. And I was able to sell that place up there without the age of real estate. And we moved on. We come down to the Whitby area, and friends of ours told us that they're building this housing complex down here, and up at Unionville. So we went down there, and we saw what we wanted, and ideal. In fact, we put a tentative offer in on as long as you could sell our cottage, as the conditional offer, they call it. And in fact, it turns out they're going to accept us in quite well. And we we did a couple of concerts for them, musically and what have you. We were really getting right in there. And never wasn't selling. So we heard about this place down here in Whitby. It's sponsored by the Baptist Church, and it's a similar like a park-like setting, bungalows where you buy the bungalow and lease the land kind of a thing. Anyways, called we heard about this similar situation down here, and we come down and we put an offer in, a conditional offer again, and on Whitby. It's called what's the name of the place there? I'll think of it in a minute. But the real estate girl, I was talking to her, and I said, I don't think our place is going to sell up in Mendon. Well, she says, well, what do you got to say in Mendon? Now get this. I told her, a cottage? She said, on the water? Yes, I said, on the water? And she says, I know a couple. They're both retired teachers, and they are looking for a place in the Mendon area because they got relatives up there. So that. Join intervention. Every time you turn around. And of course she told them about it, and they were up there and they liked it. And so we were able to fulfill our contract with this place in Whitby. And you know, you couldn't wonder why we couldn't get the place in Unionville. It's quite similar, but you know, in the ultimate end, the location in the one in Whitby was much better. Near shopping and that type of thing, near bus line, and a lot of the features like one on an end bungalow. It was another $10,000, something like that. And if you wanted air conditioning, it's more. But this is included in the one in Whitby. So I can see the reason why our deal didn't go through earlier with in Unionville. So we were there. We were in Whitby for quite a while. I guess going on, and all the time we're there, we were still volunteered and sing in churches and banquets and seniors and nursing homes and what have you. We were quite busy. And then we had Ruthie had a fall. She had the dog go for a walk, because just that time of the year the ice got across the road and she went down. She had a fall. Now that was the beginning of the trouble. And then she had a subsequent fall of that, leading a store up in the shopping area. And then it all came to an in April the 3rd. April the 3rd, that's the last year, that'd be 2012. She had a bad fall in the house. She was having trouble with dementia at that time. And he got through the night. And I think she imagined her parents were there or something like that to visit him. And no, I think I got up 6 or 7 times that night and took her around and toured the whole house to convince her that her parents weren't there. And finally, about 5 o'clock in the morning, I thought she would settle down. In fact, I settled down. I guess I went to sleep. And she got out on her own. She went looking for them. And she went into the bathroom. And she walked in. We had a corner shower cabinet, glass shower. Apparently went in there looking for them. Got confused. Turned around and tried to leave. And she tripped over the rail goes on the water to keep the water in the splash water. And she went down. She fractured her pelvis in 2 different places. She ended up in a hospital at the what do you call it? The Ajax in Rouge Valley Hospital. And you know, I can't believe this. We got a call to come and pick her up. From the hospital. First night she's in there. They're going to release her. Well, I know my daughter, Jill, she put an end to that. She knows what she's doing, and so they kept her. Now, good thing they did. She was in bedridden in the hospital there, in extended care until let's see, December the 14th that year. That'd be 90. Yeah, 92, yeah. I was traveling back and forth daily to visit her from Whitby down there. A good 20-25 minute drive. And I took the same route every night, every day. For some reason, this road is eight lead drive, and it's a bad corner, and they had these removable pillars, you know, these there's a flash on the top, and they kept moving around one place or another. This time I went turn right, and boy, I hit a pothole. The car is like I ride a Bronco, right up and right in front of me. Came down. I took it to the right, figuring I'd go to the soft shoulder to avoid any more. The soft shoulder got softer. The further I went along, softer. The van was sinking out of sight. There's a couple came along and pried the door and got me out of there. No, I wasn't hurt. And the airbag didn't go off or anything else, see? But it totaled the van. It was a total loss. So the insurance company got me a rented vehicle. Well, I got this rented vehicle. So I'm going down. I think it's 2 days later. I'm going down, and the same route. Now I said, watch this time. Now those what do you call them? Pylons? Yeah, they call them pylons. They weren't even there. And of course, you know, if you're like me, when you're driving, you use land sights or something to let you know when to make your turns. And as a result, you know, they weren't there. So I continued southbound. I thought it was a little long, but I thought, the next thing I know, there's a barricade come in front of me. Stop, barricade. And it's that time of night, we were just not far from the lake. In fact, the lake is about 30 feet from the lake. And of course, the water from the lake gets up there and it kind of freezes the, you know, frosting. I hit the brakes, didn't stop, right into that barricade. And there's a couple of mailboxes attached to the barricade. And then again, I wasn't a little bit hurt. I got out, water on, and the what do you call the bags didn't go off. And of course the police were called. And I found out later that 2 of the neighborhood women had gone to those mailboxes to pick up the mail. If they'd gone 5 minutes later, chance I'd have hit them. And I remember looking up and I said, Lord, you don't have to tell me a third time. I'm not going to drive anymore. That's pretty hard. But I said, I hadn't, in over 70 years of driving, I've never injured anybody. I don't want to start now. I would not want to live with the fact I hurt somebody. There was no vehicle, living a fair distance from the hospital. Cost a fortune to take the cab down every day. And in the meantime, I had made application for several nursing homes in the area. You know, I never had experience with it. Trying and get into a nursing home in the Toronto area, it's almost impossible. We had our name in one just along this around the corner from our house. 3 years prior to that, we were in getting there. Well, they say to take another couple of years, anyways. So we made some inquiries, And my daughter, who lives in Belleville, she made inquiries, and there's 3 nursing homes in the Belleville area. Now, the Belleville area, that's back where we came from. We lived in the Belleville area for about 10 years. And no, this is where divine intervention comes in again. You're not knowing what I'm going to do. I went through a very distressful time at that time. I lost a lot of weight. I went down to about 155, and that's pretty light when as a policeman I carried about 215 to 220, and I'm down to 55, and without going into a lot of details, I was in a pretty bad situation. Lo and behold, we get a phone call from Western Gate Nursing Home in Belleville. We have a bed for your wife. You have 24 hours to get her down and get her in here. 24 hours. Well, thank goodness for my kids. My daughter, Jill, and her husband, Gord Hills. They pitched right in there, along with friends of theirs, Madeline and Nick. And my son, he got into the actor there. He realized it. I'm going to have to sell. I'm going to have to sell our home in Whitby. And that was a difficult time because we loved it. We loved it there very much. We were involved in our local Calvary Baptist Church, and Ruthie had been in the choir there, and we were quite involved with it. But we knew that we needed a change. We had to get some nurse. It's a different story. Long-term care is one thing. To get some care. But in this nursing home care, they get much more care and attention. And so we had to get her down there within 24 hours. Now, unfortunately, my daughter, she's a sweetheart, and her husband's a great guy. They had, not too long before that, a desire to move up back around where was it? I forget which area it was. Coldwater or Aurelia area. And they made particular moves to put the place up for sale here in Belleville. And anyways, it didn't happen. And I'm glad that never happened. Because here I am coming down to, I couldn't stay in Whitby with my wife in Belleville. And no driving privileges. Impossible. I wouldn't leave her there on her own. There's never. And so it didn't go through. Now they have a beautiful place to be. Ground level, kind of And well, I'm doing fine. I'm doing really fine here. I got all my goodies around my equipment, all my video equipment and transfer equipment here, and all my instruments and everything else. And I get down on a daily basis to see my dear wife, Ruthie, and I'm really pleased with that. And my son Bob is retired from the Hastings education system here, and he's gone into Century 21 as a real estate agent, and then of course he assisted with the sale of the house down in Whitby. So things are working out very good, very good. Yes, I go and see my wife on a daily basis, and in fact she's today, and she's doing fine. She's immobile. She can't get up on her feet, but they're such fine service there. They're so good to her, and of course she's that type of nature that she smiles at them and thanks them for their consideration and what have you, and they appreciate that very much, and so we're doing the best for her. In the meantime, when I was in Sterling, I started a gospel group, musicians and vocal, and we travel all over the place. And I think about it. We started out just with the intent of singing at the local churches around up there, and church services and banquets and that type of thing. And boy, in the first year, we are, I forget, something like 50 some odd commitments all over down as far as the Ottawa and what have you. And you know, here I was still working in the town of Sterling. And again, I want to thank Frank Wahlberg, because Frank was very flexible. I think he appreciated what we're doing, and he's quite musical too. He plays a little accordion and plays guitar, and he loves to sing. And so he was very flexible for us. He would cover over it for me. I make up the time later on when he covered over for me. So he worked very nice. The fellow that played the bass guitar for us in the Sterling Gospel Airs, Elmer Davidson. Now he's a Belleville resident for years, so he's a real Belleville man, and he's come to my aid so far as getting down to see Ruthie, and he picks me up and takes me down there and brings me home, or takes me shopping, or whatever I have to do and look after business and what have you. And his dear wife, if he's not available, his wife will come and pick me up, and I appreciate that so much. And they're great folks, and I love them very much. It was like coming home. went back to the Hastings Park Church where Ruthie and I were at one time, and a lot of members are still there that we remember. A lot of new people and a lot of new families and what have you. It was nice to see young people come along, but it's good to, and I try to dig up why I don't meet somebody in the area through certain circumstances that remembers our stay up in Sterling. Oh, Barbara. You can hardly argue the fact that through that whole process from Sterling, from Whitby up here, and the transfer and everything else, and the timing was great, and things happen. All everything all fit into like a glove. No question in my mind. Divine intervention. PTL. We are kept very busy in ministering in music. Even a lot of the local nursing homes and churches here and that type of thing. And I'm happy about that because I like to keep busy. I like to keep singing. And I sure miss my little girl. She's a singer. A beautiful, angelic voice. And I thank God that I had the desire over all these years to take pictures, particularly video pictures. And I have a whole library of us on tour, on television, and an occasion of her and I singing together. And they're precious. They're really precious. Even to this day, when I go to visit her, she'll join me in song. And the nurses tell me she hums practically all the time. She likes it. So that's good to see. I just really miss it terribly. And if you believe in prayer, which I do, please pray for her. I have to bring this DVD entitled Divine Intervention to a close sometime, really. You can appreciate it. The busy life we've had together. The busiest time I've had as a police officer, 42 and a half years. I could ramble on for days. Just thankful I'm able to recall almost all of it, the even reference. And I just thank the Lord for that. So, easy reading. And don't forget, these are true stories. They happen. And they happen to yours truly. Keep looking up.